What's good, YouTube? It's Doji here, back with another training vlog number 7, Sheiko week 7. Today we're switching back to conventional, and as of this day it's like a week before the test week, and we'll see how my sumo was affected by conventional and how switching back to sumo to switching back to conventional actually helped my conventional at all. But looking back this footage, this conventional moves kind of slow. But I'm still trying to figure out fucking how conventional works. But the topic of this video is just the minor tweaks that I'm actually making to all my lifts to make them feel a little bit better. And in particular, this time in Sheiko, usually around week 5 to week 6, that's where I feel the strongest. That's where I feel like the minor tweaks I'm doing actually help make me stronger. This time around, last training cycle, I hit 127.5 kg for PR double. I hit 245.5 kg for a single, followed by a double, so it's to be a triple. But chalk, I didn't use chalk. Kept slipping off my hands, and I always made minor tweaks going into the test week that helps me lift more weight, if that makes sense. And this cycle is no different, and there's just minor tweaks that I'm doing, and it's important for people to realize that without these tweaks you're making, constantly improving yourself, you're not gonna get better in lifting. You're not gonna be successful in Sheiko or in any program if you don't look at yourself and look at your technique and what's wrong, what's working, and why it's working and why it's wrong. You gotta question everything. And for example, right here, I've been complaining 3-4 straight weeks about the bar slipping off my back, and even just going to as far as saying that it's a commercial gym for me. But in the grand scheme of things, in reality, it's not just about the commercial gyms. In fact, I think it's not even about the commercial gym bars. I think it's just because I've been pinning back my elbows for a while, and it became hyper extendable for some reason. I mean, it got used to the range of motion, so I've been used to pinning it back as far as I can. Now, if I do that, it gets pinned back too far, if that makes sense. And that can't work out anymore. So what I did with squats is I narrowed my grip, narrower than even my bench grip, which you're seeing here is pretty narrow already. It looks like a closed grip, but I narrowed it down, made a better shelf for myself in the slow bar squats, and then pinned my elbows just enough that it actually wouldn't hinder the shelf on my back. And when that happens, I go down the squat, I go back up, it doesn't slip anymore, I feel confident. And another deciding factor that adds to that is I winded down my stance, because if you've watched my other training vlogs, I don't know how to call this. I've always been hearkening or whatever to my unstableness in the squat. I've always harping on it, that's it. And I was wondering, why is it? It feels so unstable going out of the hole. It feels like my right leg's activating first, then my left, and it just feels like I'm shifting to the right sometimes, shifting to the left sometimes. Well, I fixed that problem, and a simple fix was just get my feet with wider. And it's just sometimes fixes don't have to be major. Just as you're seeing on the screen right now, if you look at my stance, it's a little bit different from before, but it's almost still the same. My hands are placed narrower than they were before, and then my feet were wider than they were before. And what that leads to is the bar is not slipping on my back, and I feel more stable, more even out of the hole. And what does that mean? I'm more comfortable, and I feel like I'm in a stronger position. And those two changes that I did, you don't realize that when you just walk in the gym, say, you know what, I want to try this. No, you realize that when you're trying to inspect what's wrong with your form, question it, ask why this is happening, and do it. Execute on it. Another example is the bench. This is the last workout of the day. I realized my setup was I was just not getting good setup with the current way I do it. And with this kind of setup, I get my back as tight as possible. And when I unrack, I feel like I'm rowing the bar to my chest. And this is another minor tweak I've started implementing just this day. Getting a belt more rigid, less lower back fatigue. And yeah, just minor tweaks to help you in the long run. And adds up, man.